Hey guys, we made it. We made it through 3 weeks of the 2026 CrossFit Open, and we had a lot of fun. Thank you to all the people who signed up and registered for the official Open. And we also appreciate all of the athletes that signed up for our intramural Open. I wanted to take just a second today and just discuss briefly kind of the expectations for tomorrow. Kind of how the class structure is working and the heat times and that kind of stuff. We wanted to build a workout that tested some of the skills that were left unaddressed in the Open this year. Wall walks, handstand push-ups, toes to bar, double unders, all those skills that so many of you guys have been working on all year, and we just didn't get an opportunity to test ourselves and see how those skills would work in a competitive environment. So that's really what tomorrow is about. Anybody is welcome to come tomorrow. You don't have to be in the official Open. You don't have to be in the intramural Open. Any heat times that are available, anybody's welcome to sign into those. We are going to kind of structure it like we've done for the past 3 weeks, though. We've built out heat times for Saturday morning. Please try to arrive 10, 15, 20 minutes before your scheduled heat time and try to go through that program to warm up so that we can be ready to start your heat time when it's time for you guys to go. We built a 5-minute kind of transition time. To be fair, that's a little aggressive. Some of you guys are going to push really, really hard in the workout, and you might spend a couple of minutes on the floor kind of recovering and recuperating, getting your life back in order. But I'm going to put up a picture right now of kind of how the barbell stuff is going to be laid out. If at the very least, in that 5-minute transition period, those athletes that have gone try to strip those bars and get those weights back into those piles. That way we can get that next heat ready to rock. The other thing that I would suggest for athletes is to make sure you know what deadlift weight you're going to use and what dumbbell weight you're going to need. You guys can attack this workout ever you want. It would be nice if we approached this workout kind of like we did in the Open, where maybe you stretched yourself to do something that maybe you haven't necessarily been able to do in the past. If you can do the movements as RX, even if they're not necessarily super proficient, see if you can do those movements as RX. But if you need to scale or modify any of the movements to accommodate your needs, please feel free to do that. Obviously, for the double under, you guys can go single unders. We're not going to multiply those reps times 2, so just 65 single unders. The 55 cal row for the guys and the 48 for the ladies, that's going to be standard across, teens, RX scaled. When you guys come off that rower and you get into those 45 toes to bar, if you guys want to do hanging knee raises, do hanging knee raises. If you want to do ab mat sit-ups, do ab mat sit-ups. If you want to do candlestick leg lifts, do candlestick leg lifts. However, I would encourage you, if you can do toes to bar, try to do them. The deadlift weight, we've got the 225 for the guys, we've got the 155 for the ladies. I would say if you can do the weight, try to do it. If not, scale or modify to a weight that you could do 10 reps of without stopping. If you're going to scale from the 225 and 155 guys, girls, try to scale to a weight that you could do about 10 reps of, and that'll kind of help you try to preserve that intended stimulus. When we get into the handstand push-ups, the scaled variation that we put in there is hand release. But if you want to do pike push-ups with your feet on a bench or your feet on a box, that's totally fine. You're welcome to do that. For the dumbbell hang clean and jerks, you are going to be using 2 dumbbells. So the guys will be using 50s, the girls will be using 35s. If those weights are not appropriate for you, the scaled version would then be 35 pounds for the guys, 20 for the ladies. And then we have the wall walks. So you guys, we got 5 wall walks for RX. Like I said, if you can do a wall walk, try to do it. If you need to modify, you can modify to a fallout push-up, or you can just move your hands back as close to the wall as you can get them. and then forward. You guys are gonna have 18 minutes to get the Metcon done. We're gonna be running an interval clock, so we'll have an 18-minute interval. When the clock beeps, then you guys will have 7 minutes to get your 1 rep max clean and jerk. If you guys finish the workout before the 18-minute cap, totally fine. You guys can start loading your bars, but we're not gonna let anybody attempt a clean and jerk until the end of that 18 minutes. So a little added incentive, if you can finish the Metcon before the 18-minute mark, you'll get yourself a little bit of rest. You might even have a little bit of time to kind of strip your bar and get ready for your first set of clean and jerks, but we're not actually gonna let anybody attempt a clean and jerk until the end of that 18 minutes. If you guys have any questions, track me down. I will be there. I know Blake and Jason are going in the first heat at 8 a.m., so you can ask them some questions. Bottom line is we want to make this accessible to everybody, but if you can, treat it like an open workout. Even if you're only doing a couple of double unders at a time, try to do them. Even if you're only doing a couple of toes to bar at a time, try to do them. Treat this like the open workout where 1 rep of RX would put you ahead of, hundreds of reps as scaled. We're super excited for you guys to come in. Try to get here 5, 10, 15, preferably 20 minutes before your heat time. All the warm-up stuff is going to be in the back over there by where the rowers are to get your barbells ready, get your dumbbells ready. And then we need to try to get those heats ready to rock. See you.